There's one thing that we've done, that we did, that never really came out. It came out on some promo stuff, but I think it could have been a bigger picture. Now, looking back, is a remix we did for Contents Under Pressure with Zack De La Rocha. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we would have tapped into that a little more, that would have opened up bigger doors for us. I
that was our market.
That was our market.
Actually,
anyway.
we used to tour more during that. We did the Warp Tour. We toured with Primus.
Right.
We toured with all these groups. We did songs with them, but Loud was marketed us into the ghetto like every other group. And I think that was where things got a little...
That's exactly...
Like, we should have been totally... It was even discussions about it, and they were like, oh, we don't know. We should have been totally marketed into skateboard world.
Yeah, we should have went more alternative. Because we were, like you said, we was already exposed to those, and those were our fans. You know, when we did Warped Tour, we had the biggest BMX bike riders and skaters and all that on stage with us, jumping off of fucking towers, and that was our, you know what I mean? We never really collaborated with them to a point where it became a commercial success, where we could have did like, oh, this is our single featuring Deftones and Blink-182 on the, you know what I'm saying? We could have done more of that at that time. I think that's the only thing we kind of missed, you know? And that would have kind of tied it, like put us in a bigger space.
Because we were doing it personally, like Fishbone, all that. We were hanging, we're going, chilling in the studio, but then you would see our marketing and everything didn't have nothing to do with that, you know. So so our fans really didn't know, or people didn't really know we were on.
Yeah, like people don't realize, like in the Best You Can video we did with Pharrell, you know, and this wasn't all intentional, like, we need to come up with a marketing plan that's gonna get us to super radio. You know what I mean? These became our homies. Like Pharrell, I met Pharrell, came by the crib. You know, he had a song for us. He was a fan, and we did it. You know, it wasn't like a big plan. But even in that video, you know, the band that's playing in the video is Deftones and Linkin Park. You know what I mean? They're just homies that came through, wanted to be in the video because they love what we doing. You know what I mean? So we could have tapped into that a lot more, but I'm not regretting anything, you know, definitely not. We're still here, we're doing our thing, and, you know, we got friends for life in that genre, so, you know, we can always do alternative, you know, hip-hop records with these guys if we want, so.
I mean, looking back on hindsight, it makes so much sense.
Right.
It was so new then, it was like, it's a risk. Do we do this or not? Like, of course, now we can think about, hell yeah, you should have done it. Yeah. But it was more like, we knew because those are our friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We knew these guys, and we knew we liked each other's music, and our fans liked each other also. But from a corporate standpoint, it wasn't being done yet.
Yeah, and you had to have a marketing plan. Like everything was a setup back then. It's not like now where we can do an album with Deftones or whoever right now and put it out tomorrow. Right. You know, it's like, yo, you better make sure this shit gonna work. We about to spend all this money on marketing. This shit gonna come out on a Tuesday. We gotta get it placed into all the record stores. We gotta take it to radio. You know what I mean? It was a longer process. So the risk was like, oh, I don't know. Yep. You know, whereas you couldn't really experiment. Like, you know, you might have these great ideas, but there's gonna be big dollar signs to make that really happen.
Yeah. So towards the end, they tried to do it with Loud Rocks, but I think it was just too late.
It was just too late, and
it got kind of corny at that point. To me.
Right. And and there was other groups that weren't commercially successful that we could have been aligning ourselves with and breaking them. You know, just like we broke a lot of artists, rappers, and producers. We could have did the same thing with rock groups and alternative music because we were exposed to so many dope people. We just didn't have a platform to, like, hey, we gonna introduce them to the world because we was stuck in the hip hop shit, you know. Yeah. So
don't limit yourself.
Don't limit yourself. No ceilings, bro. That's it.